Kirk Ridge. Kirk, welcome.
Thanks.
Now,
He's so talkative.
Kirk, usually we jump right into a song, but you have advised me that this time we're going to do a small sound check because for the first time ever during this show, we have a vibraphone.
This is a first in the Pass the Hat studio ever.
And is brought to you by our good friend Dominic Lingg, who I haven't seen for a few years. Dominic, welcome.
Thank you.
So this is my guitar, Kim.
All right, let me...
It is on 1.
Okay.
It would be 2.
Oh, it's on 2. My voice is on 1.
Okay.
The guitar is
Okay.
on 2.
Good. Got
Dominic's voice is on... No, my guitar's not on 2.
that. It is.
It is.
Oh, so Dominic's voice is on 3.
Yes,
Yep.
it is.
Okay.
Say
Dominic.
Hi.
Hey, so Dominic, you are gonna if you sing, you're gonna need to be. You're not gonna sing.
No.
Okay, then when you speak, get about 6 inches from the mic.
Sounds good.
There you go.
Great.
And let's hear that vibraphone.
I'll play a few chords.
All right. All right, that is
That
just
sounds nice,
that's
right?
so cool.
Thank you.
I'm gonna enjoy this a lot. All right, now we can jump into a song, guys.
The song is called Tight Squeeze. It is in F. Are you in F?
I can be.
He's a professional. Heard about a risk taker, put all his money on a game. In a smoky pool hall in East Liberty, PA. The wind ball was trapped between the 13 and 10. He slid it down with some wicked spin, and the man across the table said, I don't believe what I see. What do you call that shot? A tight squeeze. And I heard about a girl you went to see, Rolling Stones. In a big arena far away from her home. She was pressing on a stranger up against the door. And when it finally opened, it fell down on the floor. Their legs were intertwined, they were cheek to cheek. She said, explain this player. A tight squeeze. You're tighter than two lovers in the backseat of a car. You're tighter than the pockets of a hustler in a bar. Tighter than a drunk walking on his knees. This place where they call it a tight squeeze. And I heard about a man, 2 appointments in one night. One was with his lover and one with his wife. He tried to keep it straight who he was with, but he switched their name in the middle of a kiss. So no. And he looked over at the referee. What's the name of my predicament? A tight squeeze. Well, that was a delightful experience, Dominic.
Thank you.
Wow, I enjoyed that.
Where did the shake sound? Where'd the percussive sound come from?
Kirk's
So I have a
magic
loose,
drum machine
I have
on
a
his
loose
phone.
tooth.
Oh, he has a loop.
He's got his phone making magic sounds over there.
Okay, because I was like, I just
Yeah,
sort
there's
of
no
went
mic
with
on
it.
the shaker.
That was me
Okay.
going.
Well, it's been, we were talking before the show, I think 8 years maybe, since Dominic and I played together, right?
Sounds right, yeah.
And where was this?
I met Dominic through Nick, who's here, Nick Lingg.
My dad.
Nick and I worked together for like a zillion years. And so I've been following Dominic's career forever. And he was a percussionist back in middle school and high school. And the first place we played was where?
I'm not sure. It might have been the or
And then we also played at the Carver Music Festival
yeah.
in a parking lot with Kimmy Wilson
Oh, nice.
Right.
and Bob Head. So this next one is called River Runs Again. It is in A, and I will slide my...
I think this is a new one to me.
Just
I don't
now.
know this
I
Kirk Ridge
don't
It's
song.
a
know this
new
one.
old one.
Okay.
New old one. Look out my window at the cloudless sky. All the people hold hands as they go by. They don't see me as they go past. Just check their hair and makeup in the glass. It hadn't rained in months. The lakes had turned to sand, and the flowers, they don't understand why their colors have begun to fade. They're just silently dying to be saved. Gave no warning, didn't say goodbye, left me here alone, aching in the night, emptied out my feelings, can't even cry. My love is left, the rivers run dry. The river has run dry. Then I hear forgotten sound in the distance, then all around begins as a whisper of a gentle mist, then lasts for hours like a summer kiss. E, you were so quiet, caught Put your arms around me. The river runs again. The river. It runs again.
I think the rivers are running these days. That has not been an issue that we're having.
It's
at the
been
moment.
It was a metaphor.
a moist summer so far.
It's a metaphor.
Well, that was beautiful, and these songs with the vibraphone
Right?
this is extra. I kind of want him to come back
Tell me.
for my
For
feature.
everybody.
Yeah, I
But
kind of want him to
everybody,
come back.
if you're
in a couple
enjoying the
weeks.
vibraphone, hour 2, starting about 7:05, we will be having Dominic do solo.
Oh,
Some
cool.
of his favorite stuff.
Can I ask, Dominic? I have never known. I'm a public school teacher. I've never known a kid to bust out with vibraphone when they're young. Like, what motivated you to be like, "Yep, vibraphone. That's it. That's the one."
Well, when I was very young, about 5 or 6, I really wanted to be a drummer
Okay.
because it's cool.
Yes.
And loud.
And so I did learn, and I still play drums sometimes, but also in being taught how to play percussive instruments, I got shown mallet percussion and jazz, and I really liked both of those things.
Yep.
And so if you do both, you play vibraphone usually. And that's how it's been ever since.
And then how do you get access to a vibraphone? Because I'm sure not everyone has access to one. And then how do you acquire your own, and where do you put it, and all that?
I'm very grateful to have such supportive parents who have been
There you go.
willing to source this vibraphone for me. The vibraphone industry is not booming, so the prices are a little inflated.
Oh,
but
I'm sure.
Are there those that looks like aluminum? Are there wooden vibraphones?
Well, that would be more of a xylophone or marimba.
Aha. Okay.
Can get those, but yeah. A lot of kids, they play mallet percussion at school because a lot of marching bands will have a lot of
Sure.
instruments. So that's a good way to start.
Well, we're loving this. And Kirk, I know you want to play more of your fine music, so.
This song is in G minor. Not the saddest key. So the next to saddest.
Leaning towards it.
And let's see if our drummer would cooperate. The farmer in his field, it turned to dust. Another season with no luck. The sun has paused the crop. Wonders if he should give up. Suddenly, the rain awakens everything. Cause across the sea, a butterfly moved its wings. There's a dog in a pound. He'd been there for months. 100 people pass, but won't look up. Curled in a corner and lost hope. Abandoned and alone, but suddenly someone says, "Come home with me." Because across the sea, a butterfly moved its wings. stood at her desk, giving a sigh. Page half empty, the words denied. She rests her elbows on her desk. She holding up her head, but suddenly she's inspired to start writing calls across the sea. A butterfly moved its wings. Butterfly, butterfly.
Kirk Ridge live here in the studio, bringing a little chaos theory into the lyrics.
Ooh, yes.
Good job. So you're Kirk. We've heard you play quite a bit here in the studio and across the street for the Yonder Songwriter Series and at Blue Note Grill for the Songwriter Series. And you seem to be digging deep into your music box. We're hearing songs we haven't heard in a while, and it's
all
great stuff.
Except for the River song is one of the first songs I wrote way back when, and I've been writing for a while. But the rest of these are relatively new.
So they really are world premieres.
They just sound different because I have a professional supporting me this evening.
It's
No,
working out
they really do
nicely.
sound wonderful.
Kirk, what motivates you to write at this point in your life?
It's sometimes I try and write if there's something like horrible in the world going on, like politically or something.
Sure.
And those are mainly
Suppose
a
that
catharsis.
Yes.
They're not really, I don't think, end up to be most of them pieces of music you'd want to, share with the world. And so otherwise, I have a little studio at home, and I try and go out there most days and start to play guitar a little bit, or I'm thinking about something, or maybe occasionally I'll have a phrase in my mind, but not as often as a lot of songwriters. They start with a hook, and I just sort of let my mind wander. So, and then we've talked about it before. I see these little movies in my head, and then I think from the little movies come the little songs.
You sound very casually disciplined. That it sounds like if you don't feel like going in the studio, you're not going to force yourself, but it sounds like most days you got the discipline to go out there.
Well, I'm unlike some others, and maybe because I've done it for, decades, and I've accumulated so many songs, and I, have them all stacked up in pieces of paper. That's the way people used to write on paper
Back in the day.
And so now I have no need to write a whole bunch of songs, so I have enough to play. Now it's just it's sort of, I don't know if it's therapy or it's just fun. I mean, it's really fun just to go out and see what kind of appears. And a lot of times I'll set a song on the shelf and go back to it a couple weeks later. I have been known to try and fix a song, work on it, make it better and better, and wreck it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's just a process.
So the River song that is decades old, you go back and you resurrect isn't the right word. You pull it back out and you're playing it again. Do you find that your perspective is significantly different than it was when you wrote it, or does it take you right back to that place you were decades ago when you first wrote that song?
I don't remember why I wrote it, but I was happy to see that I really liked it. I mean, I liked the imagery and and the chords were fine. I didn't touch that song from when I pulled it out and looked at it.
Nice.
Didn't change it a bit.
I liked it.
That's a good feeling. That's
So,
a good song, too.
Got two more to do, and we have perfect amount of time for that, I think. This one is called This Old Porch. Sally and I live, as a number of you know, out in Rougemont, and we've been there 40 years plus in this old house that was built in the 1890s. And it has
Beautiful place.
old porches, and Kim and Bob have been there. And, rather than, we've done our share of traveling in our lives, but right now the traveling we like to do is just to go on the back porch, and That's what the song's about, and it is in G. Let's try and make this a little faster. What do you think, Dominic?
That's all right with me. Judas.
And let's tell the drummer to hush up. Well, Bob could have played drums tonight. Here we go. I got a call from Buckingham Palace. Get to meet the king. He teach me to speak English and let me kiss his ring. But I'm not interested in all that ballyhoo. I'd rather stay right here on this old porch with you. Right here on this old porch with you. Then a message from the tropics, Cousteau Society. They said I won a contest swim with shot down in the sea. But the sight of blood make me feel unglued, and I'd rather stay right here on this old porch with you. Right here on this old porch with you. Watch the baby birds take flight. See the fireflies and the magic in your eyes. Right here on this old porch with you. Nassau sent a ticket for a nice vacation. Get to eat granola bars on the space station. But truth be told, I prefer barbecue, and I'd rather stay right here on this old porch with you. Right here on this old porch with you. Yes, indeed.
Kirk Ridge and Dominic Lingg live here in the studio. Kirk, we've got one more for you. But before you jump in, we have to say that Casey Lewis says, "Let's go, Dom." And Nick and Tina give a shout out.
Hey. But Nick's here. So who's this other Nick who's with Tina?
Interloper Nick.
No. Hey, Tina. Great to hear you. Great to see you on the stream.
Speaking of seeing, Kirk, what is on your hat?
It's It's my dog Lola.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was the dog. Okay, I just wanted to clarify
My
that.
pit bull baby.
Very cute.
So this last song was inspired by a picture I saw of my dad, Bob Ridge. And he was, after he passed, I had these photos going through them, and I saw a picture of my dad and these two, he must have been in his 20s, and these two young women. They're all sort of cozied up together, neither one of which was my mother. But and he's wearing this beautiful suit. And so as we songwriters will do, I took my dad and the two young women in his suit and made this song. It's called Gabardine Suit. And it is in B flat minor, of all things. In front of a bar in 1880, in the middle of downtown Waco, with Minnie on his left, Jesse on his right, sashaying through the night. He goes inside, sit down at the table, says, "Shot for me," and double for ladies. He sport a goatee, smoke a cheroot, three-piece man in a gabardine suit. At the upstairs rail, starting to coo, the girls they call doves of the roost. Some are tall, some are thin, and all looking right down at him. He tips his hat up at them because he is a gentleman, appreciating the view. A three-piece man in a gabardine suit. And piano plays a ragtime tune. An old man dances like a drum baboon. The boys at the bar, tobacco spitting, joking about his dude outfit. He taps his foot and simply smiles, 'cause they wear big hats that have no cows. He hides a derringer in his boot, three-piece man in a gabardine suit. Later, gets up to leave. He flips a coin to the barkeep, holds the door, let the ladies through, and look back at the toothless crew. Says, if I'm ever here again, I'll finish what you couldn't begin. His eyes, they are a steely blue, a three-piece man in a gabardine suit. Gabardine suit.
You have reached the top of the hour. It is 7 o'clock. And you are listening to WHUP's Pass the Hat on WHUP LP Hillsboro. It is the top of the hour, which means it is the most important of times, Bob Johnson.
That's right. This is the time when we remind you that this second hour of Pass the Hat is, hey, Dom, see that box in your hand? You got to hold that
You got
up.
to be a spokesmodel.
Sorry, I didn't know how long I should do the. Yeah.
Support for this second hour of Pass the Hat is sweetly provided by Matthew's Chocolates, 104 North Churton Street, Hillsboro, North Carolina, the finest in chocolate and chocolate accessories for all of your chocolate needs. And let's face it, we all have chocolate needs. Every guest on Pass the Hat gets a gift of chocolate from Matthew. We don't know what's in the box, but we know that it's delicious. And if you want some deliciousness, stop by Matthew's. He's got a mess of chocolate. He's got gelato. He's got the best latte in town. All of the good stuff. Go get it. Now we're reconfiguring a little bit here in the studio because, as you may have noticed if you're watching the live stream, Kirk just got up and left.
Just scurried away, which means that I get to ask this question. Are you going to be doing original work on the vibraphone?
Well, I'll be playing one original song, 2 covers, and 2 things that are just completely improvised.
Okay, that's... How does one write on the vibraphone? Or is this a show don't tell kind of answer?
No,
and that's
no,
okay too.
Usually I start somewhere else because it's
Okay.
easier. I don't got a lot of notes here.
Oh, okay.
So if I have a piano near me, I'll usually write a song there
Okay.
and then figure out how to do it. This is a deeply flawed instrument. I'm very limited here. I only got 4 notes.
Well, we have on the live stream toddlers dancing. So
Yes,
can
we
you
do.
play
Oh my
something
God.
to keep them moving?
Sure. Wow. Okay. I'll have to think what toddlers are into these days.
I mean, I'm kind of dancing too.
Right?
I have so many questions.
We probably have some of the same questions, so why don't you ask one of yours?
Well, that was beautiful. Was that the
Yes.
original?
That was all improvised.
Okay. This guy's so out of my league. Okay. I'm going to ask, first of all, about maybe what our viewers might be curious about. I've never experienced one of these up front, and I'm noticing that your foot is moving a pedal, and it looks like what do you call those keys that are moving as well as you whack them. So what's going on there?
So, all the keys have this little thing of foam against them. And that
Okay.
means that if I just hit it normally, it doesn't ring out at all.
So
Oh,
it's a damper.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And if I put down the pedal, it's like a sustain pedal on a piano.
Got it.
Or it goes like that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy. And then also, again, not having experienced vibraphone enough, how many mallets can a person legally hold and play?
Legally, I think you're protected by the First Amendment there.
Sweet.
It's good to know.
I want 6.
Practically, six is possible. I've never done it. You have to learn like a special grip that only really serious classical marimba players do, and I'm not one of those.
Okay.
But I've seen it.
Shaolin monks and things like that.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're playing 4 mallets.
Four I can do.
You know, most of us people,
I can
we
do
got
one.
one guitar. 6 strings, I can barely manage those, and we've got 4 mallets and 90 keys over here. That's amazing.
So what's the difference between the keys that are close? Are they called keys, bars? What are those things you as Kim says, whack?
I've heard keys. I've heard bars.
So what's the difference between the ones closest to you and the ones on the next tier closest to me?
It's just like a piano. I have all
So it's
the
like black keys and white keys?
black keys and white keys.
Okay.
All the natural notes and all the flat notes up there.
Okay.
I like it. I want one.
I think we've done enough vibraphone
Gear
101. Yes, gear time. There we go. And we would love to hear another song. This is so much fun.
Sounds great. Next. Next, I'm going to play a tune by Elizabeth Cotton, a North Carolina native.
Yes.
I'm going to play Freight Train.
No, he's not. You know what AI can't do? That.
Play Libby on vibes.
Yep.
I bet you've never heard that before.
Not gonna either.
That was fantastic. And
It was.
I was reminded of something you did during one of Kirk Ridge's songs where he mentioned being in outer space. And all of a sudden I heard like space travel coming out of the vibes.
Glad you caught that.
Was that rehearsed, or did you just kind of like you hear space and you did it? Or
I sometimes there are things when I was working on some of those songs and there are things in the lyrics and I just think to myself, I know it's a little cheesy, but I gotta do space sounds when he says space. It's just like a compulsion.
I totally get it, and it worked for me because I heard it and I said, "Oh, those are space sounds." Nice. We are here with Dominic Lingg live here in the studio, live with his amazing vibraphone, which we're all in awe of because he's so good at it. And Tom, can you play us more music?
I sure
Or would
will.
you just like to have a conversation for a while?
Both. Why not?
I mean,
Let's test it.
Kirk Ridge is saying, more of your music.
well, when you bring something that is that much, I want to hear it. I do.
Amen.
Yeah.
It is a chore to travel with
Yeah.
that thing, I'm sure.
Well, can I talk a little bit about the next song I'm going to play?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, please.
So this one's my original for the day. It's got lyrics technically that I won't be singing. That's the technique I used to write it. Is I already had the lyrics in mind, and it's a poem from my favorite book of all time, Winnie the Pooh.
All right.
Classic. If you've got the book, you can find the lyrics. They're somewhere in the first chapter when he's stuck in that tree. It's called If Bears Were Bees.
Do you have, I'm sorry to jump in right
yeah.
before you start. Do you have in your mind a voice that's singing this?
Well, maybe I'm imagining Winnie the Pooh.
Okay.
That'd be
Because
great.
I wanted to have that in my brain while I listened.
Yeah, so Winnie the Pooh. Just pretend I'm Winnie the Pooh.
All right.
That'd be great.
Oh, bother.
I found the poem.
I bet you did.
And that fits.
Thank you.
It's the one where he's climbing up the tree to get the honey.
Doesn't he get stuck up there?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
and then he falls.
Oh, that's
Right.
where the oh bother comes from.
Yeah, he's not horribly injured, but
Well, that's when
He's very resilient.
yeah. He calls it his little complaining song. I love that.
Dom, I was watching. Let me back up. What do you call the things you hit the keys with?
Oh, the mallets?
Mallets. Okay.
I got
So
that one right.
I was watching your use of the mallets, and it looks like there's one in each hand that is kind of your primary when you're only going to use one mallet at a time.
Yeah.
And then when you're using, you don't really alternate between those mallets, but sometimes you'll hit two at a time, and then I can see it probably feels almost unconscious to you, but you're spreading the mallets apart or narrowing them together depending on whether you want to span 2 keys or 3 keys or hit the top keys or the bottom keys.
Yeah.
How long did it take for all of that just to become second nature? Because it's daunting to me.
Well, you were paying very close attention. For you, I would imagine you could pick that up really quick.
Oh,
Those
I
were
can
some
see
very
it, but I
astute
can't do it.
It's hard to remember because, whenever I'm playing vibraphone, time is just a blur. But
That's the way it should be.
I started around with the 4 mallets around, I guess when I was 13 or so, maybe 14.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, it's really hard to control where they are.
Sure.
And you blister a lot. That's something they don't tell you.
You're not wearing vibraphone gloves?
No. There was a period where I had to put gauze on my fingers every time I played. But your hands callous over a while. I'd say maybe by the time I was 16 or 17, I felt good with the 4 mallet technique.
So years.
Years,
In terms
yeah.
of percentage of his life, that's like 10% of his life at that point. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I think we have time for one more song.
All right. I want to play a Hank Williams Sr., of course, tune.
We're here for
I
this.
love this so much.
I'm glad. This is what's it called? Oh, no.
You're
Oh.
cheating hard. No.
Not that one. That's a good one. No, I can't help it if I'm still in love with you.
Oh.
Oh, dear listener, you have just spent a fantastic hour with Kirk Ridge and Dominic Lingg live here in the studio. You know where to find Kirk Ridge. He's here with us every Friday night here on Pass the Hat as one of our hosts. Dominic, how can people find you online, stalk you, and hear more of your music?
Great question. Well, first you can find me on Instagram, which is Dominic Lingg, and that's DOMINICLINGG. And there I post videos of myself playing, announce things. I've also got an EP of ambient music that'll be coming out
Cool.
in about 2 weeks. That'll be under my name. It'll be called A Tempo. You can find it on, you'll be able to find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, what have you.
Any chance it would be on Bandcamp?
It is on Ampwall, not
Okay.
Bandcamp, but you can buy it on Ampwall.
I only bring that up because it is Bandcamp Friday, and we encourage people
yes.
to buy music on Bandcamp Friday. But Ampwall for Dominic.
Yes, sorry, Bandcamp.
And that's quite all right. As long as people are buying music, giving money to artists who provide us with their art, that's what it's all about.
We are going to, at this time, we're going to shut down the live stream. But before we do, wave goodbye, Dominic. And don't go away, everyone. You've seen us on Facebook, on Twitch, on YouTube. And now you're going to switch over to WHUPFM.org or Radio Garden or your TuneIn app. And you're going to continue listening to our show because Dominic brought us a very cool playlist. This is a real interesting one.
Live
we're
stream
gonna enjoy
watchers, goodbye now, but the show does not end.
Does not end. So, Dominic, do you remember the first song on your playlist?
I think it's Geese